Hi guys, Nebu here. So happy to join you guys here on Nebu's 90s. This is my first actual show by myself. Thank you guys so much for having me. So yeah, every Wednesday I'm going to be reviewing some content from the 90s. So it could be 90s cartoon, a 90s TV show, or even a 90s movie that I really like and think you guys might enjoy. So let's get started because we have a lot of 90s content to cover. I mean a lot. If you just Google like movies and cartoons and things that came out in the 90s, there are hundreds, and I do mean hundreds of TV shows and movies and cartoons and all types of stuff that came out in the 90s. So I got a lot to cover, and I definitely don't think I'm going to finish it in 1 year. So let's get started. I thought the easiest way to do it would be to do it by the year. So doing, everything in 1990, doing everything in 1991, 92, 93, and so on, just to kind of keep some consistency and get as much content as I can out of each year. So I thought today's show would be a really good time to kick it off with one of my favorite 1990 cartoons, and that is, I don't know if you guys can guess it, I'll give you a second, Tiny Toons. Oh my god, I love Tiny Toons. That was like one of my favorite shows. I would always rush home from school to try to catch it as soon as it came on. It was like I could time it literally till when the opening song would come on, that I could get home, get in the house, grab a snack, and watch Tiny Toons. Tiny Toon Adventures first aired on CBS as a pilot show September 14th, 1990. The show follows the adventures of a young group of cartoon characters who attend Acme University in a town called Acme Acres. Their whole goal is to become the next generation of characters from the Looney Tunes series. If you're not familiar with Looney Tunes, that's your Bugs Bunny, your Daffy Ducks, your Porky Pigs, your Elmer Fuds. So they're supposed to be actually teaching this new generation of how to be extra loony and crazy. So the show is full of everything from slapstick comedy. It does touch on some morals and values issues as well. But that's what the show is really centered around, with their group of main characters consisting of Babs Bunny, Buster Bunny, Daffy Duck, Hampton J. Pig, and Dizzy Devil. So, for those of you guys who don't know about Tiny Toons, it actually aired in September of 1990. It aired, originally they did a pilot episode on CBS, but then it got picked up by the Fox network, so they started showing it on Fox Kids. And then later, it ended up on Nickelodeon as well. So it kind of went through different, initially different studios. But it basically aired from 1990 to December of 1992. It actually is in like a collaboration between Warner Brothers and Steven Spielberg. Yes, I said Steven freaking Spielberg. That Steven Spielberg. The one that did like incredible movies like Jaws, E.T., what else did he do? Jurassic Park. He's done Catch Me If You Can. Any of these ringing a bell? That's Steven Spielberg. Yes, he made Tiny Toons. So yeah, this was not a little production by any means. I think initially they had started off with one season and it was 65 episodes, with 5 different animation studios overseas working on it with a budget of $25 million. And needless to say, it was a huge hit within the first year. Like, Tiny Toons was everywhere. They had video games, even had a comic magazine that would come out if you can get a hold of a copy. Like, Tiny Toons just blew everybody away. It got Emmy nominations, daytime Emmy nominations and awards. It even won an environmental award for one of its episodes dealing with whales and how they get beached. So This show was like monumental. So the whole series takes place in a city called Acme Acres. These younger Tiny Toons are going to university to learn how to basically be like funny, make people laugh, do puns, do slapstick comedy. And that's what they're there to learn, so they can go out to the world and be that next generation of Toons for, the kids in the 90s. So you've got Bugs Bunny's a teacher, Daffy Duck's a teacher, we have Porky Pig's a teacher, Elmer Fudd's there, and all of them are teaching this younger generation. So your main characters in the younger generation are going to be a male blue bunny named Buster Bunny. You have a pink female bunny named Babs, and of course their whole joke is that their both last names are Bunny, but they're not related. You have you have Plucky Duck, who's a green duck, male duck, Hampton J. Pig, who's a little pink pig, and then kind of like Dizzy Devil, which would be like the Tasmanian devil. You'll see a lot of him as well. Then you have kind of two major villains, which would be Montana Max, who he's like a rich spoiled brat. He's always kind of making plans to harass the other characters, and he's also human. There's only like two main human characters, and that's Montana Max, and you have Elmira Duck, and she's like a crazy animal lover to the point where she's like squeezing animals and making their eyes pop out and hurting them. So she's like the other antagonist in the show. So all of their episodes range in what they go over, slapstick comedy. Like I said, some have morals and values to them, but it's a really awesome show. The syndication ended in December of 1992 because they had a new show that they wanted to push out called Animaniacs. Like, oh my god, like those are my two favorite shows. I used to love watching Tiny Toons and Animaniacs. So because they couldn't concentrate on both of them, they stopped producing Tiny Toons. I think they got up to 3 seasons, and the 3rd season there was only 20 episodes because they needed to start focusing on Animaniacs. But for Tiny Toons, they ended up doing a total of 98 episodes, 2 specials, and 1 movie. I used to watch this movie non-stop. Like, whenever I could watch it, I would watch it, and that was My Summer Vacation. It was like 73 minutes long. It was all about how school was out for the Toons and what each one of them was doing on summer vacation. So I used to love watching that one. Then they had some specials. They had a Christmas special that was supposed to be kind of like a spin-off of It's a Wonderful Life. Then they had a Halloween special that had to do with like ghouls and goblins and stuff like that. So those were pretty much all of the series that they had. Was like the 98 regular episodes, 2 TV specials, and 1 film. Now currently you can actually watch Tiny Toons on Hulu. They got all of the rights, I think, in 2018 as far as being able to stream them online. So definitely check out Tiny Toons if you have the opportunity. I love it. They even had a video game and other merchandise too. I used to have the video game. I think it was on Super Nintendo. But I loved it. I absolutely love the series. Please check it out. Each episode is only like 22 minutes long, so it's a quick watch. I highly recommend it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to share more 90s TV shows, cartoons, and content with you guys. Alright, you guys, have a great night. Bye-bye.